In this video, I want to talk a little about evoking nostalgic feelings in your artwork. Now, this is something that I've been doing a lot lately because I've been doing a lot of classic video game paintings. So this is another one, but this scene is actually kind of I don't want to say special, but certainly one that triggers a lot of memories and kind of a lot of fondness, but that nostalgia vibe really comes out. So Final Fantasy VI, it was Final Fantasy III in the US. I did a previous painting of a couple of the characters. So I wanted to do another one because I remembered this scene that really stood out in my mind. So when the game came out, I was like 12 or 13. And there's a scene where two brothers, Edgar and Sabin, in screen right now, they're the subjects of this painting, are deciding who's going to become king after their dad passes away. So they decide to do a coin flip to decide. And Edgar, the dude who's flipping the coin, I think he's the oldest brother, he cheats and uses a two-headed coin to get himself to win. So it's a little more complex, though, because he knows that Sabin doesn't really want to do it. He wants his freedom. So to get his brother his freedom, to secure that, Edgar cheats, and so Sabin can be free. It was really a touching scene, and, you know, for the time, like, media wasn't as pervasive, and like a 12-year-old kid playing through this, like, I don't know, it was a cool scene. It was really impactful, and it played out further, deeper into the story. You know, Final Fantasy VI had a pretty complex story for video games for the time. There wasn't a whole lot of that, so it was pretty great. So I wanted to paint that scene and evoke that nostalgia because I've been having a lot of fun playing around with the nostalgia of these games that I just loved so much when I was a kid. So how to bring that out, though? So I'm going to throw up on screen a screenshot of the scene from the video game. So from the original Super Nintendo video game, and then compare it to what I've got on screen here. So, like, how do you translate a pixel image into this? So I am not an expert artist by any means, but I am starting to gain some experience. I've done, I think, around 300 paintings, almost 300 now, a bunch of drawings. I feel like I've got a decent kind of maybe medium amount of experience if you put it in the greater context, but enough to at least try to translate a scene into something else and just kind of see how it goes. Like, try to give my interpretation of something that, you know, occupies headspace for me. So I tried to do that here, and I feel like it was actually decently successful. You know, I don't want to pretend like I did it all on my own or anything. Like, there's plenty of like concept art, and you know, you can look online, just Google the characters and see what they look like. You know, like, what kind of clothes did they wear? What's the color scheme? Do they have any specific identifying features, like Sabin with his you know, kind of flat topish hair, and Edgar with the longer hair? You know, you don't have to be super creative. The basics are out there for you already. You don't have to create a character. You just have to make your interpretation of a character. So trying to evoke that nostalgic feeling, I think I did that here pretty successfully. It's not the exact same scene. Instead of being at the top of the tower, I've got some towers in the background. There's sort of some other things happening here. I don't think the original scene wasn't a sunset, but I thought a sunset would be cool in this scene. So, you know, just kind of putting a twist on it. But I don't know, for some reason, I feel like trying to play around with that nostalgia is so much fun as an artist. And it makes me wonder if other artists feel the same way. Like, do you get a kick out of diving into things that were important to you in childhood, or that just sort of trigger those fond memories? Or is art about something else? Is it more impactful and more useful to explore other facets, other things that bring out emotion, rather than just dwelling in nostalgia all the time? Or maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe it's just dealer's choice, whatever you like, right? So those are my thoughts on that. Definitely let me know if you have any comments. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you for the next one.